Hello and welcome to the Orminators. I am Chris Orr of the Orminators, and I did it. I bought the bullet, or I bit the bullet, and I got myself a Jeep. Well, another Jeep. If you look at my channel, I've got a 1981 Jeep CJ7 that I've been working on, but it's not a really good daily driver or long distance hauler or overlander from that standpoint. I do have a 2017 Jeep Renegade, which I just recently swapped with my kids' VW Golf. And while down here visiting them in Arizona, I decided, you know what, I don't want that Golf anymore. So I went ahead and traded it in for this, a 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Willys edition. That is green, as you can clearly see, unless you are colorblind, in which case I apologize that you can't really get a good sense of what this thing looks like. But yeah, this is going to be the base model for my overlanding rig. I already have the GFC rooftop tent on order. That should be built and available in August. And yeah, let's do a real quick walk around here. So as I've been kind of talking and rambling, I've been just kind of swaying back and forth, kind of giving you a good sense of the vehicle. It is an Ecodiesel, so it's a 3-liter diesel engine. Kind of only the second time in my life that I've had a diesel motor, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. The range looks like it's going to be, right now as I was driving it around, looks like it's going to get about 20 miles per gallon or so. Although I will be doing some videos of the drive back, and I'll be giving my impressions as to how it handles on a long on pavement road trip. But the Willys edition comes with these tires here. These are Firestone tires, which are kind of a more aggressive tread, as you can see here, than the BF Goodrich. And it's kind of funny because when I was growing up and had my other CJ7s, my dad was always a big Firestone guy, and I haven't actually had Firestones on a Jeep in forever, and now all of a sudden I have a brand new set of the Firestone Destination tires. These are the mud and terrain tires. They are 255, 75, 17. So 17-inch rims with some nice aggressive mud terrain tires there. So kind of walking around the thing, standard Wrangler. One of the things that I didn't know about diesel engines these days is the need for this thing called the DEF fluid. I guess it has something to do with the, making diesel clean, so it's more environmentally friendly. So there's that tank, and the dealership, the Earnhardt dealership here in Arizona was fantastic. I would probably say go ahead and they make awesome. Their salespeople are top notch, and they made it super painless, or at least as painless as possible, given that car dealerships don't really have a great reputation. So there's where I went. This is not a sponsored video, but they did treat me very well. So here we go on the outside. Again, this does come with the backup camera, which is connected through the spare tire there, you can see, and the image is really good. And when we get into the inside, you'll see what I mean. 4-wheel drive, nice sticker there. So not a big deal, but it's kind of cool to have these little emblems all over the place here. And kind of coming around to the passenger side. A little bit of the shade coming around. It doesn't have the hood vents that the Rubicon does. So when I was originally, speaking of which, when I was originally looking at the Jeeps, I really looked hard at the Rubicons. But then as I thought about it more and more, I realized that I've given up my rock crawling, flexing suspension days where I need locking differentials and disconnecting sway bars and all the stuff that you see in a lot of the more modern, like in the Rubicon, for example. And by opting for the Willys model as opposed to the Rubicon model, I knocked about $10,000-$15,000 off the price of the Jeep. Because I'm not going to be needing all of that sort of flex. I'm going to be on dirt roads, I'll be on mild trails. I'm not going to be crawling up rock walls or doing any of the super fancy or the super hard trails that you see like out at Moab or anything like that. That's just not me, it's not my style anymore, not since I was a kid. This is largely going to be more of a dispersed camping overlanding rig than it is going to be a rock crawler. So saved myself a pretty fair chunk of change. The grill here is has a nice black distinction, so it's not painted to match the green, so it's black there. It's got the nice LED headlights there and the fog lights. It's not a steel bumper, which is fine. Again, I'm not looking to be bumping into anything or hitting anything, so I'm not worried about too much about that. So that's the outside or the external components of the Jeep. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. I do really love the new car smell, which is unfortunate. I always hate it when the new car smell goes away. But you can see here, this is the interior of the Jeep. You know, this is not going to be a Jeep channel, so there's a million others that kind of talk about all these different things, but it is that is the 8-inch screen there. It does come with a lot of really cool features. I'm gonna go ahead and hop in here. It's got the media ports here, which I didn't realize had a USB-C as well as a regular USB and an aux port there. The dashboard has a little tray there, which is kind of cool, because that's the kind of thing that you know, Daystar has stuff that you can actually, you know, in the JK I used to own. You actually had to pop off this little panel and then install a little thing that Daystar had that would allow you to kind of have that same tray. Now they just build it in. It's all these features that they build in are fantastic. I don't know why anybody needs a cigarette lighter port anymore, but I guess, you know, for other sort of charging devices there, all of your standard you know, climate controls and things like that. But again, you'll note that this is not the Rubicon model, so it doesn't have the auxiliary electric panel and the disconnect, you know, sway bar disconnects and locking differential ability as well. But it does have your standard transfer case shifting, as well as the nice gear shifter with the Jeep image there. And I got it does have the auto on off button. So when you're at a stoplight, you can set it up so it stops the engine, I guess for saving fuel. It has the standard start button and standard controls. Now the Freedom top, of course, is removable, which is so you can get some air there. And you know, standard Jeep interior with a full cage and upgraded audio as well. Now, the thing about diesels, when I grew up, diesels were loud, clunky, clattery things. This thing is super, super nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the engine here. That 3-liter engine sounds fantastic. And look, I've only got 62 miles on it. And averaging about 20 miles per gallon for the 40 or 50 miles I've put on it already. I did get the Uconnect thing here. Go ahead and turn down the audio so I don't get demonetized on this. It has built-in navigation, which is really, really cool. And it's got up-to-date maps, and apparently they update the maps at least once a year over the air, which is fantastic. And you can, you know, click on the view map button there. And yeah, you can see exactly where I'm at the moment. Look, obviously by the time I post this, I won't be here anymore. It comes with, of course, your standard satellite radio functionality, which is super cool. And to kind of, again, speak to the, close the door here, the quality of the rear backup camera here. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse. And look how sharp that is. That is amazingly sharp. I mean, I love that. That screen is fantastic. Go ahead and put it back into park. The electrical emergency brake, and the air conditioning is really good. And again, when you're inside, you can't even hear, you can barely hear the hum of the engine. And if we were to get back outside, you can hear hear some of that standard sort of diesel sound. I hope. I don't know if it's coming through or not. But it doesn't smell or sound like a diesel engine anymore. And I think that's just fantastic. Got tow hooks on the front and the back. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching this walk around video of my new 2021 Jeep Willys Ecodiesel. Expect some videos to be following this one where I'm going to give my impression of the drive of this, how this thing handles on a long haul. I'm going to be heading back from Arizona back up to Washington, so we'll see how it does on the flat. We'll see how it does in the mountains, and I'll give my impressions of this thing. And then over the next life of the vehicle, I'm going to be upgrading it, obviously. Rooftop tent, so if anybody's got a recommendation for a good roof rack to mount the tent to, that would be great. And yeah, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and give me a like, a share, and a subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.